Forging the path ahead was Dan Dan Dad, a great protective tank of a wolf, able to create the most frightening and spellbinding sounds. There were also hushed rumours about him having possibly indulged in a bit of cannibalism in his past, but the other wolves were not sure if this was true, and nobody dared to ask. Carrying a small can of beer as bait, along with her well-worn sword, Thief followed suit. The wolf of calculations and analysis, she had come up with the current plan of hopefully calming the brood mother with her favourite drink, but if that did not work, she agreed that they would go with plan B, shanking. Flitting about like a weird, wolfy wasp, while exclaiming random things that made no sense, was Cinerate. He must have finally had his morning coffee. You could tell that by the quivering way he held onto his sword. What a imbecile. "Let me try to communicate with the brood mother before you stab it. I speak the beast's tongue," whispered Hannah, who was not far behind. She was the only one in the party who came from the same faraway land known as Meat Bulgaria, where they spoke a strange, sing-song tongue not dissimilar to that of the brood mother. The weathered machine, protecting one of the wolf pack's flanks, kept mumbling to herself that this was all somehow her fault. The pack didn't know what that meant, but somehow sensed that she was telling the truth. The Hellinge held a steady, unblinking watch over their shoulders. She had been through the trenches in the past. She knew the struggles, and her banhammer had grown worn and callous from youth. At the back was the tiny little hippo, green and fresh out of the mod school, having barely held the sharp blade for more than a couple of weeks, but still very keen to shank someone's tiny bitch ass. Behind her, just out of sight, shh, can you spot her? Keeping careful, quiet watch from the shadows, was Bronzy. It was said that you would feel the sting of her ban before you had even seen her face. The wolf gang suddenly stopped as they saw the most terrifying sight right in front of them, the sight of the streamer. She smelled of stale coffee, and her clothes carried the pungent aroma of someone who clearly hasn't showered in at least a week. Her voice was shrill and chaotic, and somehow simultaneously kind of confused as she bellowed, "I need to pee again! What is going on?" The wolf pack looked at one another and sighed. It was going to be a long day.